Okay, Charlie. um, so you get depressed sometimes.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Hopeless. Um, no excitement for the future. Um, there's just no point to what you're doing when you're really depressed, um, and that I'm not sure where you go from there. Um, it feels very lonely, and um, yeah, like you're all alone, and that your future choices, none of them, there's no good path to choose from in terms of your options. When I get depressed, it's occasionally been something random that's triggered it, but more often it's either physical pain or emotional pain, something relational. So it's very specific, those particular depressions, in terms of how I react. If it's just been a lot of chronic back pain, that's me being hopeless about the future in terms of how will I function um, with the emotional uh, reactions to my interpersonal life. That's the real crushing loneliness is when that really sets in. Um, so you try not to feel that way. Try and look at other avenues to put your mindset to.
So, how do you get over the depression? How do you continue living with that feeling?
I live alone, I cook, I clean, I try and put my energies into something else. Run around and chase a soccer ball or anything to get your mind off of it. And certainly recognize when I'm going towards a path that that is depressed. When it's really bad, that's when the medication's useful, antipsychotic, and that will knock me out for 16 hours and wake up feeling tired, but in a whole new place. It's when I haven't slept that I'm very vulnerable to whatever ill feeling is going on. Um, so that's been a real key for me, is to make sure that I get a lot of sleep. Try and stick not to a strict routine, but making sure that sleeping and eating and some exercise are part of it. And I find that I'm doing pretty well. Um,
How about friends? Can friends help you to overcome the feeling of loneliness?
I talk to a very few friends, mostly family, mostly cousins. Um, those few who I've let in on that level are certainly very supportive, and it's always good to hear from them. There's a much larger community out there that know that I am bipolar, and might show some concern, or maybe they don't, and that's not why I've shared, is for self help. It's more because I think that I'm pretty normal, and think that other people with mental illness are normal and that it shouldn't be something to hide. So there's a large group of acquaintances who might say something if they see something, or they might not. But those who I've chosen to turn to in the past have always been useful. It's problematic when you feel really lonely, because whether or not that call to a friend ultimately will help, before you make the call, you don't think that it will. You just feel lonely. So the interconnectedness of email and Skype, I don't know that it does a lot to free someone from a very isolated depression, even if it does open up new medium of communication.
Mm.
Friends are mostly in my life when I'm happy, and I shut them out when I'm not. And that's just me choosing what I put out into the world. So when things are good, that's when I'm manic. Even that's when I look to find people and really have a lot of fun. And other times, I'm much more likely to be more reclusive and try and protect myself from those ups and downs by just working on my routine and making sure that I am baseline as opposed to dipping to a very depressed point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, John.